Hi everyone, my name's Krysta. I'm the program coordinator for the Tribal Healthy Homes Network for the Partnership for Air Matters. And I'm going to be going over a little bit about the tools themselves as well as the ordering process. I probably have talked to at least some of you on the webinar right now, and to those of you, hi, and to those of you who are new, it's great to meet you virtually, and hopefully after this pandemic ends, you'll meet some of us at a forum or an event sometime soon. So let's get to the presentation. So a little bit about the Air Matters program. It's a comprehensive toolkit aimed to educate, teach, and empower residents about indoor air quality issues. The Air Matters program is the first step towards engagement at both the individual and community levels. So the ideal behind the toolkit itself is that it helps move residents along the continuum from education to empowerment. And through learning about different indoor air quality tips and tricks, we hope that they can take that knowledge to action, not only in their homes, but into their communities. So the pros about our toolkits, they are affordable, they're easy to use, and a lot of the knowledge base is free. So we do reinforce things that don't cost any money on the cue cards. So things like opening windows, regularly using that squeegee to wipe down excess moisture on windows and stuff like that. And through this low cost, easy to use strategies, we hope that it reinforces regular implementation of healthy home practices. And so what's in the toolkits? So we have 11 tools including the cue cards. And the cue cards, so a little about the cue cards. So the cue cards go over the tool that it pertains to, as well as why that tool is important, how to use the tool, and just different indoor air concepts that align with the tool. And so let's get to the first one on the list. So the hygrometer. So the hygrometer measures relative humidity in the air, and that kind of reinforces, things like opening windows if it's too high. Maybe if you're in the bathroom and you're showering, making sure that fan is on. Also, carbon monoxide detectors, so that's super important in homes that have gas appliances, of course, but we do recommend that everyone have one just because it makes it safer. The surface mold removal kit, so I talked about that squeegee, scrub brush, Bonami, lead paint detection kit, so that's an instant test that shows if the paint on your in your home has lead in it. And of course, if your home is built prior to 1978, there's a high likelihood that there is lead. So we do recommend to definitely test if your home is an older home. Allergy-free pillowcase. So for people like me that suffer with just every allergy known to humankind, we definitely recommend you get that allergy-free pillowcase, especially for kids. Just because it prevents dust mites from settling in the pillowcase. The chimney thermometer, so kind of like what Lucas talked about, it shows how hot your stove is burning and if it's in the danger level. And so the digital wood moisture meter, it measures things like wood. So if you're going to burn it, it shows you how wet your wood is. And then I believe the cue card talks about levels that are safe, and also on our website we have a bunch of information on that. The green cleaning kit, I'm sure you all know green cleaning reduces the use of chemicals like bleach, non-toxic pest traps, so those are pretty cool because they have they use pheromones to attract the insects, which is super cool. And like if you have kids, you might want to show them, just because it's kind of cool to see them go to something. It's kind of like a science in action sort of thing. And it also reinforces, not using chemicals like RID to kill insects. The radon gas detection kit, so like Lucas talked about, especially Spokane has pretty significant radon problems. We do recommend that everyone test their home for radon, just because, you know, it can happen anywhere, but there are certain geographic locations that every single home needs to be tested. And then finally, the cue cards. So I believe Eileen's gonna talk a little bit more about the technical assistance she provides, but we do want to remind folks that, you know, presuming this pandemic is hopefully over soon, we can provide in-person training on the toolkits. We can help them get into the toolkits into your communities. We can provide education at like community events. And then we do provide 90-minute, well, for example, this is a webinar, but we also provide Zoom options to go over the toolkits, talk about how, you know, you can best talk to folks about them, and just provide just general educational resources. And hopefully Eileen will go over that a little bit more. So the first step, if you find this interesting and you think you might want to buy the toolkit, we highly encourage you to go to thhnw.org. It's your one-stop shop for accessing Air Matters tools, resources, and technical assistance. The toolkits can be customized to meet the unique needs of your tribe, like we talked about. So while we do recommend that all homes test for radon, we do know that maybe that's not, you know, on your priority list and you have limited funding. So if you could message me or Eileen or even Gillian, we can kind of talk through ideas of what tools might best meet the needs of your tribe. And that is also described on the Air Matters section of the website. So step 2, so actually the purchasing options. So this is towards the middle of that Air Matters page. So we have our pricing, we have our payment options, so you can send a check or you can make an online payment. But please, I do recommend, please message us before you make a payment, just because it's a good idea to really triage everything beforehand with you, just so that you can, you know, make sure that whatever you're purchasing is relevant to your community needs, because we don't want to overwhelm you with too many tools that might not, like the residents might get it and just be like, I don't need this. I really needed 2 of the pillowcases, or I wanted another radon kit to share with my neighbors. So like if you can message us, we can really triage, you know, your community needs better. And then just a little bit about the processing. So orders typically take about a week. Assembly times are completely based upon the order. So for example, an average order of 25, that would take probably about a month. The largest order we had was 250, and that I believe took, I think, 3 months about. And that's, if you're gonna order that large of a size, you definitely need to message me before making a payment. And then for rush orders, we do allow rush orders, but again, you definitely need to message me first. So if you have a quick turnaround, like you want to get this out at a health fair, or you want to get it out at, you know, like a school, like maybe a school's having an event, please do message me, because this is typically on a first come, first served basis. However, if there is, for example, if the orders that are ahead of you aren't urgently needed, we can prioritize yours. But again, you definitely need to message me. And that wraps it up. That's my email, that's my phone. Feel free to email me, feel free to call me about any of this. And yeah, hopefully Eileen can go over a little bit about technical assistance, about how you can really get these tools into your community. Well, thank you.